Woo! Okay, guys, it's super early in the morning. I've got my peach mango bang, not my favorite, but keeps me going. So, we're going to talk about Cardano. Discover Cardano. We're just going to go into a bit of an overview, what it is, how it kind of works, what's different about it, and the team. Is Cardano the Microsoft to the Apple of Ethereum? Let's find out. So first off, if we look here at their website, they've got a lot of information. There's a lot of different links you can go to. You can spend a good minute reading through all this info on their website, and I highly suggest it. Cardano is a third generation cryptocurrency. So what does that mean? It means they are still with the smart contracts, but they're addressing issues of scalability, of governance, and of sustainability. Ethereum Layer 2 solutions, confusingly enough, is a third generation cryptocurrency. So Cardano is the nexus of 5 principles: people, purpose, technology, research, and opportunity. Explore and learn this new constellation of knowledge. Cardano has 3 main branches. You have the Cardano Foundation, which is kind of just pushing the development of Cardano and its ecosystem. They're kind of like the marketing team a little bit of the platform. Then you have, and this is where we're going to talk more about the team, you have Input Output Hong Kong, IOHK. They're the kind of techie engineering team doing the design on the back end and whatnot. Interestingly enough, just towards the end of March is when Ethereum went, not public, but is when it's not fully, it wasn't fully decentralized. And so at the end of March, it became fully decentralized. Emergo is the enterprise side of Cardano. They're doing all the commercial ventures. They're kind of incubating, commercial opportunities. They're going out with the businesses and looking at like real use cases, applications that can work using the Cardano blockchain. So there's the 3 parts of it. Now you've heard Cardano ADA. ADA is the native token of Cardano. You may not have known this, but it is named after Ada Lovelace, a 19th century mathematician who is recognized as the first computer programmer and is the daughter of the poet Lord Byron. Interesting. Now, what makes Cardano a third generation crypto is basically a big part of it is their consensus protocol. So what is that consensus protocol? It is how they verify blocks, which are, chunks of data on the crypto network. Now, Bitcoin, verifies blocks and produces Bitcoin by using miners, and it's called a proof of work concept. I know you heard of Bitcoin mining with computers working away at solving complex algorithms so that they can produce a Bitcoin. You've got companies like Riot and Mara who all they do is just mine Bitcoin. And it draws a lot of energy and it takes a lot of work now to get a Bitcoin because, if you get a Bitcoin now, it's 50, 60,000. And as we, do those halvenings, it's harder and harder and harder to get Bitcoin. So actually the amount of energy that it takes that Bitcoin uses every year mining is the same amount of energy the whole country of Switzerland uses. So it's not really much of a sustainable, it's not much of a sustainable method. So Cardano uses a completely different style method of verification between the different nodes and whatnot, and it uses Ouroboros. Now, what the hell is that? It uses a proof of stake. So it has to all do with its stake pools and liquidity and it uses there's a randomizer, probability selector that'll, whether or not you'll be the slot leader. And it kind of goes through and verifies trustworthiness. It gets really complex, I'm not going to lie. So that's Ouroboros, the consensus protocol for Cardano. The other branch, the IOHK team, Input Output Hong Kong. So not only are they the developers and minds behind coming up with basically Cardano and the blockchain itself, but they are also part of Emergo and developing the decentralized apps and opportunities that can actually live on the Cardano blockchain and be executed by it. So you have Charles Hoskinson, first off. This guy, he was part of the main founders for Ethereum with Vitalik Buterin. And he branched off from Ethereum when he kind of saw some of the problems going on with it. And he wanted to found something himself that he would believe would to be addressing those problems. So that's what he did. And he started kind of Cardano and pulling this team together. Founder with Jeremy Wood. So, you know, they've got their executives. Then you've got a big research team. Woo! Development. And man, these guys missed photo day. Come on, Nick, Simon. But man, look at this. I'm scrolling fast now. Huge team. 260 something team members. All brilliant minds working programming behind us on the back end. Pretty impressive. My damn video cut out. Anyways, let's just jump back into team real quick. Like I said, Charles Hoskinson kind of leading a lot of the efforts here with the IOHK team and in the Cardano blockchain development. And, you know, he's really active on Twitter too. And, man, he puts up with a lot of crap. Look at this I just found, you know, not too long ago here, a couple days ago. Typical unsolicited messages they get every day. Aren't people friendly and nice? I mean, look at that. It's not very nice. I don't even want to read it out loud, but man, some people will be hating. But I really like what he's doing. I think he's leading the team in the right direction, and he's got an awesome amount of progress over the past few years here on this. So look, here's some other products, for example. Atala Prism, developed by IOHK. This is kind of verifying diplomas and sharing these credentials and making sure academic achievements are issued and recorded so that they cannot be, you know, faked, and verifiable credentials. I mean, it's a smart thing. You know, I'm sure, you know, people have been forging their engineering degrees or something like that and getting into jobs that they shouldn't be getting in and making big decisions. Retail, counterfeit goods. A big, you know, problem with that. Scan leverages blockchain technology to offer a solution to the problem. Tamper-proof systems, developed by IOHK. Agriculture, supply chain tracking, government, digital identity, finance, onboarding, healthcare, counterfeit medicine. Huge applications that they're chasing and solving using Cardano blockchain network. So the roadmap, what's coming up for them? So they've started, you know, Byron was the name of their first stage that they talk about. And that was 2015 when they were founded. They went from that to Shelley. When the Shelley mainnet came up, that's when their price really spiked up not too long ago to $1, you know, over $1 basically. And now we're in the Goguen phase. So we're looking at actually being able to issue and write smart contracts. So this is a really exciting phase, honestly. Of all five, it's probably one of the biggest for them in its applications and what it could do. So it's really exciting. They're working on basically this language called Uyuli, which will allow programmers to write in any of their languages, Java, C++, Python, and convert it to the smart contract language, which is Plutus, but using Uyuli to transform it so that anybody can write these programs. They don't have to learn a new language. which is awesome because everyone knows learning a new language is a pain in the ass. Heck, I learned French for the first 5, 6 years going through high school, and man, I can't even remember it now because I didn't use it at all. Anyway, but these smart contracts are going to be huge. The futuristic possibilities of what you can use them for, the real use cases. I think I'm going to do a whole separate video on applications of smart contracts, which are going to be huge to cryptocurrency, and I'll put a card here or something, so click on it to check it out when it comes out. Just for example, you don't need a third party to be in between certain exchanges that typically have one. Think about real estate. Your real estate agent, they're kind of working in between the buyer and the seller. With a smart contract, there would be no need for a real estate agent to deal with all the closing and the closing group, your closing costs. All that can be written away with code and having a smart contract. So, and you might argue that they can show you things in the house and whatnot, but you get what I'm going at. So, and there's multiple other areas too. And like I said, I'll make a video on it. Check it out. But anyway, this kind of sums up a good bit of what kind of Cardano is. I kind of hope this gave you a good overview of it. Kept trying to keep it fairly brief just to kind of get you excited about it a bit. It's a really neat project, and definitely in my top 4, top 5, I really like Cardano as a longer term hold, dollar cost average into type of coin. It is a badass coin with some pretty great futuristic utility and big time team behind it. And it's just a little bit undervalued and not spoken as much as like the big dogs, like its competitors and whatnot, like Ethereum. Oh man, I'm having major storage issues that I got to figure out. Sorry. So, and please, I put a lot of effort into this. Like and subscribe. Really helps me out. I'm trying to grow, guys. Help me grow. All right. Appreciate it. Stick around for the next video, eh? Okay.